Hello Super Sentai fans, and welcome back to Toku Topics. Today is going to be another Toku Talks kind of episode. This isn't really a series, I guess it kind of is. But today I just want to kind of talk about and share my thoughts related to the 6th member of Zenkaiger that we now finally have official details for. TwoKaiser or TwoKaiser, however you're supposed to say it. I'm just going to go with TwoKaiser. Our 6th member of the Zenkaigers, which we have known about for a long time thanks to like toy listings and everything. We finally got like what his suit looks like and his character, his actor and everything. And he will be debuting in this upcoming episode number 8 this weekend. So I figured let's go ahead and just kind of talk about him, you know? Now, all the way back in February, thanks to the real Matt Hunt on Twitter, who's always helpful, giving us all this information and everything, we got like the listings for all of his stuff. So, you know, his mecha, his changer, Sentai Hero Series figure, and the Change Hero Series figure and everything. And all the way from back then, we knew he was going to be a Gold Ranger with 3 different modes based off of Gokaiger, Shinkenger, and O-Ranger. So, you know, Gokaiger and Shinkenger and O-Ranger. So we do already have the regular Sentai gears of those 3 teams, which I'm sure is probably somewhat intentional to already have those out in the toy line. But basically, the initial rumors, since we don't get like toy scans anymore or anything like that, was that he was going to be a gold Gokai Red. And yep, that was not wrong. That was not a wrong suggestion whatsoever. He's a gold Gokai Red. So last Thursday, we got our first leaked photos of all of his toys, thanks to Toys R Us in Japan. So what do we got? So of course we have the Sentai Hero Series figure, and this is really where we got to see kind of our best first look at it. I mean, we also got it from the Change Hero Series figure, but I think the suit looks a lot better in the Heroes figure than it does in the Change Heroes. And that's just because I think the gold looks better on the vinyl than it does with the actual action figure. It doesn't look bad there, but you know, it just kind of pops more here. And this is really where we get to see it. So basically they took Gokai Red's visor, like 1 for 1. It's the exact same visor, just with a silver trim around it instead of a gold trim around it. Which if this was Hasbro, they probably wouldn't paint it at all. Or they would paint it white or something. You know, that's usually what they do. What's also really cool is like on his helmet he has the Gokaiger symbol, but they like block it off with a 35, so he kind of keeps up the whole motif of like having the number of the season that they're based off of, like the rest of the Zenkaigers do, and that actually changes. So it can change when he switches into his Orin form and his Shinken form. So I feel like maybe we should go ahead and talk about those forms. So they're interesting. So we get to see them better with the Change Hero Series figure because this is like a combo set thing, so you're going to get a basic TwoKaiser figure that can have like armor to swap on. Don't like the Orin form all that much. It's okay. I get what they're going for with this whole Egyptian theme and everything going on with like the, you know, kind of the armor up there and kind of the, you know, you get it. But I don't know, it just looks a little too, like, I don't really get a lot of O-Ranger vibes from it. I kind of get what they're going for with like kind of trying to sort of replicate King Ranger's shield, and you kind of get a little bit of that. You have the symbols. I mean, honestly, I would not have seen this as an O-Ranger form like from the get-go if they didn't put the 5 O-Ranger symbols on the little script piece there. I really dig the second form. So the Shinken form makes a lot of sense. It's actually based off of, basically very much so, technically the Super Jacket, although it's red, so it makes me think of the Hyper Jacket from Shinkenger more. I'm sure that that's what they're going for. They're probably going for more inspiration from the Super, but then it has the color of the Hyper, so I don't know. But it's basically if Zenkaiger or a Zenkaiger, or a Gokaiger actually, was wearing the Shinkenger suit, which kind of makes me think of like when Gohan Red used the Hyper form during Shinkenger versus Gohanger. It's kind of like that. But, you know, basically if a Gokaiger could use it. And I like it. It has the Shinkenger symbol on the chest. It covers up the Gokaiger logo and replaces it with the fire kanji that's on Shinken Red's helmet. So that's pretty sweet. I do like that a lot. And then it changes the head crest to have 33 for Shinkenger and things like that. And that one works for me. I really do like how that ended up turning out. And so when it comes to the forms, my favorite is still his basic Gokaiger form, which is basically a Gokai Gold. But I do like the Shinken form quite a bit, and the O-Ranger form is just kind of here. But we've talked about his student a lot. Let's talk about the actual character. So we found out And I kid you not, this man's name, the character, is Zox Goldtweaker. What is that name? It's incredible. And so there were a lot of rumors and more just honestly hopeful speculation that this was going to be Captain Marvelous. It was going to be Gokai Red becoming basically Gokai Gold. And I could see where that was, I wanted it. But I could see how there was evidence of that with the visor and everything. And I think his actor was saying something about some kind of project he couldn't talk about yet or something, which people were implying could be Zenkaiger. Obviously, that isn't what we got, but I think it's okay. I mean, obviously, we haven't seen Zox in the show yet. We will soon, and we'll kind of get a better impression of him and everything, but I'm sure he'll fit in just as well. And I guess technically we don't know if he has any relation to the Gokaigers. He totally could. And if he does, that'd be pretty sweet. Maybe he's a friend of Marvelous's or something, or he's part of their crew. I mean, I feel like there's got to be, besides just him being based off of a Gokaiger for the whole anniversary thing, there has to be some kind of connection between this man and the rest of the Gokaigers, because the suit is a Gokaiger suit. It just is. And so it's like, they really took that inspiration to the next level with him. I love it, but I like a more in-depth explanation of what is going on with it. Now, of course, we do have the GearDaringer, which I was so... Oh man, like, it's been a ride with the GearDaringer, let me tell you. I was super excited for it in the concept of it. Well, I guess not really in the concept. I always thought it kind of sounded cool. We knew it was going to be like a sword gun hybrid with a pirate wheel on it. And yeah, that's what it is. But like leading up to it, I started getting really excited and like thinking, oh, what could it be? And then we saw it and I'm like, okay, I dig it. And then we saw more about it and I'm like, I love it. And now I don't like it. You see, what happened was there was a Bandai video that got posted earlier this week that showed off the demonstration of it, since the toy comes out basically right now in Japan. As this video is going up, it basically comes out tonight. And so basically they were kind of demoing it and it shows the TwoKaiser gear and everything. But they got the Mobirit's voice for this toy. And I am so happy that they did that. That is so cool. I love that. So you get him saying TwoKaiser, you get him doing all that stuff. And then the base GearDaringer comes with the TwoKai Riki gear, which is what gives him his Oren form. So it does say O-Ranger, just like the Mobirit's does, if you were using any of the O-Ranger Ranger keys. And then if you buy the whole set with the buckle, which you can only get the buckle in the combo set, you get the TwoKai Cuttainer gear. Did I say that even remotely correct? The TwoKai Cuttainer gear. You get that gear, which gives you the Shinkenger form, and that comes only with the buckle. And then in the GearDaringer, it says Shinkenger, just like a Ranger key would do. And then we saw from the toys that the key cuts on Riki and Cuttainer are going to be the same exact like notch cuts as the original O-Ranger and Shinkenger gears. So those are going to work. Those are going to say, if you just put regular O-Ranger or Shinkenger in there, it's not going to know the difference, and it will do the O-Ren and the Shinken forms. Which gave me a lot of hope. It gave me a lot of hope that this thing had a reader. And it does have a reader. It just doesn't use it. So this is the Sklosh driver all over again, and I could not be more disappointed with it. See, the Sklosh driver from Kamen Build did this thing where it didn't technically read the full bottles, but it technically read the full bottles, because it knew the difference between if you were putting in an organic full bottle like Rabbit or an inorganic full bottle like Tank. And it didn't say Rabbit and it didn't say Tank, but it knew, you know, like it was reading it, but it wasn't reading it. So every bottle fit into one of two categories, right? But to do that, it had to read something, right? And so what's going on with the GearDaringer is that it can read gears because it knows the difference between TwoKaiser and Riki and Cuttainer, but it doesn't care. Really, it doesn't care what other Sentai you put in there. All the other gears just have the same generic sound of like them being their former predecessors and everything. And I'm just like, oh no, we were so close. I've been waiting for days, months, years for more Ranger keys to happen, so we could finally hear the Mobirit's scream out Zyuohger, Kyuranger, Lupin Ranger, Pata Ranger, Lu Soldier, Kira Major, and Zenkaiger. And it could have happened. They got the Mobirit's voice back for the Daringer and they just didn't do it. Bandai! I feel like I've probably rambled long enough about TwoKaiser here. We did get to hear this past week that we're going to be getting a Super TwoKaiser in the third quarter using the same gear that Zenkaiger we used to become Super Zenkaiger. And then, of course, I pre-ordered that gear. We don't know what it looks like yet. The rumors show, well, not rumors really, because the listing has been confirmed, but it says that it will look something like the Fane memory from Kamen Rider Double. So I don't think it's going to be a little dinosaur, but I'm sure we'll see what it is really going to look like. It's going to be some kind of attachment thing probably for the GearDaringer. That could also probably work with the GearDaringer, I would imagine, since it's going to do Super for both of them. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, I think I've kind of rambled on about TwoKaiser and things like that. And I like this. This is pretty sweet. I mean, I know some people are complaining that we're using gold and silver all the time. And yeah, I get that. I like gold and silver Rangers. And I think for an anniversary season, it can kind of get a pass with that because, like, you're kind of referencing the past with this and, like, giving him, you know, it makes sense for him to be either gold or a silver. And we just had silver last year with Kirame Silver, so I guess it makes sense that we're doing gold here again. Also, since he's so heavily based off of a Gokaiger and they already have a silver, it makes sense to do a gold here. So, yeah, I can't wait to see what happens with Zenkaiger this weekend. Episode 7. If you guys haven't seen it yet, you guys gotta go see it. It was incredible. This show is really, really awesome. I love the Sentai gears. I love the whole toy line. I just love what they're doing with TwoKaiser. Like, I really didn't think that we were gonna get this literal of a gold Gokai red. And we definitely did, and I can't wait to see him join the team this weekend. So, of course, as I mentioned earlier, I pre-ordered pretty much all of his stuff. So when that stuff starts to trickle in, I will go, of course, be doing some videos on it. At least the GearDaringer I'll do a video on, which I got the whole bundle set with the buckle. So the buckle's not exciting, but we'll still show it off and talk about it when that comes in, like I do with all the other Sentai gears. And yeah, so let me know down in the comments below, please. Do you guys enjoy this kind of, I guess I'm calling it a Toku Talks series, where I kind of just ramble on about a certain topic for a random amount of time? Let me know if you guys like to see more of these. I did one about a month ago about the Metal Heroes franchise, and I figured with all the Toku tips, but yeah, I just figured, you know, with everything going on with TwoKaiser this week, might as well talk about it here in one of those old Toku Talks videos. So like I said, let me know down in the comments below if you like this kind of rambling on about a certain topic series. And of course, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts about TwoKaiser, however you're supposed to see it. Are you excited to see Gold Tweaker join the series this weekend? And yeah, did you get his stuff? Did you get the GearDaringer? All this other things, you know, I love to hear your guys' thoughts all about it. And of course, you can follow me on Twitter at either LivingRangerKey or at LightningFigPR, where of course I'll be talking about Zenkaiger stuff and everything over there. And I'll see you all next time, and until then, Zenroku Zenkai.